Hello, and welcome back to our series of 15 for 15. And again, if you have not watched our previous episodes, you need to go ahead and tap in because today is episode 14. And I must say, every single week it's getting better and better and better. So I'm just going to secretly, publicly say, that this one right here is going to be really special because I get to share with you today. I still say Carla Ballard, but her name is Carla Herring now as a married woman. She is also a soror of mine. And I think she's going to surprise us today. I told myself to wear pink because I knew she was going to have on pink. But I'm going to bring Carla in so we can spend 15 minutes with her to see what's been going on with her over the last 15 or so years, really 14. I haven't seen her in almost 14 years. So I'm bringing Carla in now.
Hey, Coach. How are you doing?
I'll be ready. Hey, Coach.
No, I'm over here blushing. I just knew you were going to have on pink too.
Yeah,
But I think I see some pearls. I think
No,
I see
it's
some
not.
jewelry.
It's some little jewels, but I don't have any pearls on. But I know better. But I know. But
You knew I was going to wear the
I
pink,
did.
right?
I knew that. I knew you were going to have on pink. And then I thought about, I need to just put my full coaching gear on because you and I both are like cap girls.
We are
So,
cap girls.
but
Either really flawless or either dress it up or dress it down,
dress it down.
depending on what we need to do. Yep.
Right? Well, it is so good to see you.
It's great to see you. It's just like so refreshing to see your face. It
Oh,
really is. You know, you said 15 years and it does not seem like 15 years. It definitely does fly. You look the exact same.
you as well.
That's
You
a compliment. Thank you.
Well, look,
Thank
let's
you.
jump in so I can share you with the people. I am just so honored to have you today. So this is where I want to start because you and I have a lot of stuff in common.
We
And one of
do.
the things that I remember is that you were always so very athletic. And so
Hmm.
we both come from like a background of volleyball and basketball, also
Mm-hmm.
track. And so I was just going to start off and say, because I never got to ask you this, why did
Mm-hmm.
you choose track and field when you had options to do some other sports in college?
Track was always my favorite. I guess seeing the Olympics. Also, growing up, my dad exposed me to a lot of sports. One of the first things he asked me that I wanted to be in was track and field. And he
Hmm.
was like, hey, I lived in Moreno Valley, California. And he said, there's a really good track team. And he's like, you're really fast. You think you would like that? And he didn't push it on me too hard. He just started asking me questions about different sports. And he was like, I'm going to bring you out to the team. So once I met the team, they were just so warm and welcoming. But I love track because it's a team sport. You could win by all of your points collectively. But I love that it's an individual sport too. And you have your relays and you have your individual events. So, you can challenge yourself and then you can collectively work together as a team. And I like a challenge. So
Yeah.
to me, it was the hardest, toughest sport. Learning how to control your breathing. I didn't have to do that as much in volleyball. Not saying it's not a tough sport. It is. Soccer was extremely tough. Basketball, I had one of the hardest coaches too at Morrow High School. I mean, she was militant, and I had some militant track coaches and loving track coaches. But I think it was just the challenge, and it was just so fun. Like, I don't know, it's just the workouts were fun, and I just love to run. I love to have my feet moving
Mm.
fast,
Yeah, that's right. Moving and moving fast. I like
Yeah, so I think that's why I chose track and field. And I settled on one. I did get scholarships for other sports too. And my coach said, "Hey, do you want a scholarship in volleyball or basketball?" And I said, "I think I want to just stick to track and field, just to solely focus on one thing finally for once,
yeah.
and not burn myself out um, in college, just to be able to focus." Yep. Hmm.
Well, I got the pleasure of getting you, going into your junior year. And
Hmm.
remember specifically the first meet we were at Clemson. And And I remember some of the girls were
I'm
sitting,
laughing already.
yeah, they were sitting behind me and you were getting ready to run the 400.
Yeah.
And so I was just kind of talking about what I thought was about to happen because, you know, if we went to Clemson that early, this was like our first meet of the year. And so
Hmm.
this was my first time getting to see you guys actually compete. And so I remember the girls sitting behind me and they were like, all right, Carla about to go, Carla about to go. And so, and it was indoor. So I will never forget this. And it was usually Nicole, the one that was doing all the talking behind
Nicole, yes.
me. Like, so you started out and you were rolling, like, you know what I mean? Because you had, again, you're
Mm,
very athletic as well. So you have a lot of power, strong in the weight room. And so they
thank
were like,
you.
she gonna kind of slow up at the end, and you didn't. And everybody's
I had them fooled, they
like,
were
yeah,
talking mess. They were
they were
talking
like,
mess.
Carla, but there was a transition though between your sophomore and junior year
Mm,
because your junior year you really
mhm.
blossomed. I
I
mean,
did, um, that I contribute that. I give thanks to you. I really do. Yeah. I mean, from the moment that you walked in, you were just so assertive. You just really filled the room with your energy and your light. And if I could get a little bit deeper, there was another coach prior to you, and I didn't really connect with him. Some of the other girls were able to connect with him. Um, but I remember at the Texas relays, we were getting ready to fly out to the Texas relays. You sat down with me, you really started to pick my brain and get to know me, and just know my background.
yeah,
So that's where I feel like I was like, oh dang, I was like, we are so similar. Like I could just connect with you as a Black woman. I could
yes,
connect with you with some similarities in some things that we might have went through. And I was just like, it made me want to work hard for you. So I was like, yeah, so my freshman sophomore year was terrible. That's how I felt personally. I love the team though,
yeah.
but I did lack some motivation, but when I just felt like it was a fresh start when you walk through the door, and then the workouts were just, I don't know, they were hard as hell. Excuse my
Hey,
language. They were hard. Those workouts were. I mean,
look,
sometimes I'll be looking at you like, what is
no, let me tell you something, because you know you got that secret fighter in you too. And I'm gonna call out Courtney on this one. I will
yeah.
never forget y'all were working out one day, and I do not know if you remember this, but it was one of those days where I was like, if y'all don't get this one, we're doing another one. And you kicked your shoes off. I don't know if you remember this.
You thought I threw that shoe.
Yeah, that's one. You threw that shoe at me. I don't care what you say.
I ain't throw, and I kept trying. I was like, Coach, I ain't throw the shoe. I kicked the shoe off, and it flew up. And by the time you turned around and saw the shoe, was like, did this girl throw this shoe at me? I'm like, I ain't throw the shoe. But I don't think you believe me. But I was like, I would never throw the shoe at you, Coach. Yeah, because I think you thought it was like, oh, yeah, I'm giving her this business with these workouts.
Yeah,
But that's exactly what we needed. That's what I needed. It gave me more structure. It gave me more, just something to be even more passionate about.
yeah,
Yeah. And then I just was like, each goal that I met with every workout with you, anytime I was meeting that goal, I was like, wow, I didn't know my body could do that. So I didn't know my mind could do that. So, um, and then you taught me a few things mentally. I think it was mostly mental that triggered like becoming better, which was you were like, it's gonna hurt regardless. You're gonna slow down at the line. It's gonna burn.
right.
Are you gonna push yourself through the line? It's gonna burn just as much. It's you just yeah, and it almost hurt more when you slow down. It hurt more. It was, that lactic acid locking up your body. You taught me to relax a little bit, just to relax but still push yourself. Yeah. Yeah, they were talking trash at that meet.
I'll never
That's
forget.
when it started. That's when it
Everybody was
started. I
like,
can talk mess now. Yeah.
yeah, they were jumping up like, oh, it is on because then they got to
Hmm.
like see you really like flourish. And so, for those of you that don't know, Carla was, I mean, really almost like she's a sprinter in the sense of what she can do, but she has so much range that you're
Thank you.
like, you could run relays, you run the 400, turn around the front, run the 400 hurdles, run the
Hmm.
800. I mean, you just had so much depth that
Thank
any
you.
coach is kind of chomping at the bits, like, what do I do with this? And so
Hmm.
it was really exciting to just see your growth, your potential, and your drive. So this is what I want to ask though, because you also are very, very creative, and
Mhm.
anybody that knows that about you, like, I mean, you are one of the most stylish. You have an eye.
Oh, thank you.
You can see things that others can't see. You can make a room turn into like glamor. Like, I wasn't even trying. I'm just being me. So I wanted to know, with all of that, because I'm looking, like, even at that picture behind you, like, do you have something in your house, even that I'm just throwing this out here, that you can show that maybe you've done?
I
Or
do, I do. I have this portrait right here that I did. Um,
ooh,
yep, I have this portrait right here, and I put it up there to inspire me and inspire my children, and just have a piece of something that I've done to kinda keep me going and keep me on my toes when it comes to creativity.
because you,
Thank you.
oh my gosh. And so, because you got your degree like in art with like interior design and stuff like that.
I got my bachelor's in fine arts, concentration in drawing. Mhm.
Fine.
But I am doing interior design now, yeah.
Oh,
So I've kind of segued from teaching art into starting my own business and doing interior design. Yeah.
oh,
So it all ties in together, though.
it
Yeah.
does. Well, I'm glad that you said that. Shout
Thank you.
out. And so, what's the name of your business? Are you using your own name?
Yeah, it's just CHerring Designs.
I'm writing that down right now, because we need to make sure we promote this, because you just have an eye. And so, have you drawn anything of like your family, or do you have a picture of your family? Because I know you're
Oh
just,
yeah, yeah.
you
I
do.
do. Yeah, hold on. Give me 1 second. I
Oh,
have
okay.
it's not anything that I've drawn, but to me it's art. It's portraits, portraiture, canvas portraits of my kids. This is Corinne. She just turned 4, and then this is Connor. He just turned 2. And this is Corey and Corinne and Connor, and that's us together out in Atlanta.
Oh,
I think that was Father's Day. Yep. So these inspire me. So, I feel
that's
like,
neat.
yep, having abstract art, but then photos inside the house just kind of make it nice and warm and inviting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
I had to ask that of you, because again, like I said, it's, you have an eye for things and being able to see things. And I'm so excited about you starting your own business. I just speak blessings over your business even right now while we're together, because
Thank you.
anybody that has an experience with you, I know it's going to be one. Come spend your money with Carla is all I gotta say, because
Thank you. You need to see their playroom. I'll show that at the end, though. They got too many toys.
I
Yeah.
know, but let me do this, because I know, look, we're supposed to do 15 minutes, but guys, hey, just bear with us, because we are catching up. The other thing I wanted to know was, who kind of first inspired you? Because I know
Mm.
you move off of energy and
Hmm.
how people are. So who first kind of inspired you and got you to thinking of how great you could become?
I would say my mother mostly and my father. My mom is a creative. She's very creative. It started with music. So I listened to like a lot of jazz growing up. And I will always see she does interior design too. So she likes to make her home very warm. And that's how she kept it for us growing up. But I've seen her draw and paint and sew. She would sew and knit just growing up, and that's what really really inspired me. Yep, and she's into fashion too. So
Good,
yeah,
good.
I would say my mom, like she's even more creative than me, and my dad is creative too. Not in a sense of like interior design, but he can draw. He can really like do like a lot little doodles and sketches. But most of my mom's family members, they draw a lot too. Yep.
Love that.
Thank you.
Look, because I remember too, because you didn't spend a lot of time in high school, in
Hmm.
Georgia, even though you were successful in Georgia. You came from California. So do you ever go back to California?
I do. I haven't been back as much since I had the kids because it's motherhood is time consuming and everything. But I mean, normally I would be back in California at least 3 times a year.
Hmm.
When I was teaching, I get all of my holiday breaks. And my best friends, Mickey and Lisa Barber. Shout out to Mickey and Lisa Barber. They are former world champions, and Mickey Barber is a former Olympian, and I always go back and visit them. Lisa is Corinne's godmother, so
Oh,
Yeah, so it just feels good to go to LA. So, normally I'll go get an Airbnb out there, or sometimes I'll stay with Mickey and Lisa. And then I go to my hometown sometimes, Moreno Valley, just
yeah.
to see old faces, friends. I drive by my old neighborhoods, go see my old house and everything, my schools. Yeah, it just feels good. It's like very healing to go back
I'm telling
and
you.
nostalgic, yes.
I can agree with you on that totally. Well, look, I know we don't have much time left. I could talk to you
I know
forever.
I talk a lot. I'm
So,
not good with interviews,
no,
so
you
my husband said I'm long-winded, so but
well,
he is too.
well, I am, which we all know that. So let me ask you
Yeah.
this then.
Mhm.
What then was one of your most memorable moments that maybe we had together at Georgia Southern, if
Hmm.
you can remember
See,
any?
this is why I wanted to talk a lot about this too. Like so many, we have so many, but one of the best memories was when we spoke headed to the Texas relays. That moment, I think Amber brought it up when you were freestyling on the bus. And I said, oh my goodness. I said, she really could like release a whole album and don't nobody even know it. Like she even had to coach at Georgia Southern because she could have had a whole mixtape going. I mean,
Wait,
just off the top of your head, like, yeah.
see,
Uh-huh. And so
this
who was making the beats on the side of the bus? It might have been Nicole hitting the drums, like
listen, this is what Amber's talking about because she named you as well. See how y'all pump us up? I wasn't doing
Mhm.
nothing. It was not good, but see how you
It was
pump
so
up.
good. You got the gift with the words. You really do. Whether it's in church or meetings, you really do. And just real quick, something else. We had like this Olympics you made for us, and we got to dress up, and we had to literally try to win our own Olympics.
I remember
Um, that was so fun. We had like the Fantastic Four, the Chupacabras, and something else, and then
like the incredible. Somebody had like the incredible. I remember
the
I
Incredibles. Yep.
your own uniforms. I remember that.
That was fun. And then the 2 miles of 400-meter hurdles that you made me and Amber run.
You know what's funny?
We
You
almost died that day.
that's funny
Literally.
that because number one,
Yeah.
know if you saw Amy Mills. I coached her at Tarleton. I think she was like
Hmm.
episode 6. She was my very first, like, because she was my teammate before I became the head coach there. She brought
Hmm.
that workout up because I did it
Oh yeah.
years ago.
Nothing like it. That and I think it was like 12 200s back to back, maybe 14 200s back to back. I don't even know what the rest time was, but we had to jog back. But
It
you
was
know, I loved it though. It's like you hate it, but then you love it because you see the results.
yeah,
We saw the results, and it brought us a championship. It just created a work ethic that I won't say that we never had, because Georgia Southern athletics just all together embodies perseverance. But I think altogether, your workouts, your prayers, your mindset, your assertiveness, like everything encapsulated just really did something for our team. And we're still close, we're still close. We need to see each other more, but I think everybody pretty much keeps in touch for the most part. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that about you guys. Okay, so the other thing I was kind of wondering too was, so you
Hmm.
said that you were an art teacher for a while. Now you moved
Hmm.
to having your own business and
Yeah.
everything. So what's something that's coming up that maybe you're looking forward to,
Something I'm looking forward to creatively or just in life?
just in life?
Um, a vacation with my husband. Yeah. He
I heard,
travels for work. So
I heard how your tone changed a little bit. A vacation with my husband.
well, it softened out a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens with him.
I
But
love.
yeah, we're going to Montego Bay, Jamaica in January, and it's just me and him. I love the family vacations with the kids. Like we go everywhere, Florida, every year with the kids, maybe twice a year. So this is just going to be, just me and him. And we just celebrated an anniversary in October. So I can't wait. And I've never been to Jamaica. So he's been many of times. So it's going to be nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
gonna.
how about you? You're about to travel too. Listen.
Yes, I'm gonna travel for a little bit. I'm going to spy out some land. I'll have to tell you about it offline, but I'm going to spy
Okay.
out some land to see what maybe my next move is going to be as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
It is so good to see you. We are already taking up
Mm,
more time. Yes, I'm taking all those kisses and I'm sending them right back to you. Keep
mhm.
doing what you are doing. I love that you are going to move into entrepreneurship because
Thank you.
you are and you have the ability to do so many things. So I'm looking forward to seeing some cool stuff happen and for you just to bless some people because everything that you do is going to give them an experience of a lifetime. So I'm really
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, Coach. Like this was definitely much needed, and I just feel like I said healing. And
uh,
so it's just like you told me one of your athletes called you,
mhm,
and that comfort,
yeah.
just that comfort you bring for sure. Thank you. I missed you.
Well, look, you
Yeah.
will catch up soon. And so
Mhm.
thank you so much for gracing.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach. I
You'll
really
be-
appreciate you. Love you, and thank you for everything you've ever done for me.
I love
Mwah.
you.
All right.
All right. Bye bye. Oh, you guys, I could talk to Carla forever. And I know that her teammates that will watch this are going to be excited to see her face as well. Gorgeous young lady, but she is so right. Like going into like her junior year, it's crazy how she just blew up. Like I could have probably put her anywhere and she could have done it. Just amazing talent, not just on the track in the classroom, but then as you can see by the one piece of art that she shared with us. She just is a creative across the board. So thank you again for joining us on another episode of 1515 for 15 with me and Carla. And I will see you next time because the next one we see will be our number 15.